Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The War Room. Tonight, we're going to be joined by Karen 411 and Liz. If you are joining this channel for the first time, welcome. Returning subscribers, welcome back. I know that there's the JPU people them over here, the Karen supporters or subscribers, 411 subscribers. Welcome, everybody. It's good to be with you tonight. So, how are you guys doing? I hope everybody is well. Thank you for your patience. I was just gathering everybody. Um, Let me see. Is my moderator here? I hope so. Welcome back if you are. Moderator, I don't see you yet, but I have a feeling you're coming. What's on the agenda tonight over here? We're going to talk about what's going on in the CARICOM community regarding Venezuela and the US because that's a big thing now. The PNP came out today saying that the government should speak on it, not knowing that Jamaica, being the chair of CARICOM, had already met with members of CARICOM. So I don't know if they were just not paying attention, but the Prime Minister, the chair of CARICOM, issued a statement saying how that meeting went and what CARICOM said as a collective, as a community. And we're also going to talk about this situation here with Norman Scott. Norman Scott and Senate President Tom Tavares. I saw where Tom Tavares applied to prosecute Norman Scott. I don't want to start laughing already, guys. Zulika Jess came out and basically defended Norman Scott, saying that he should get a fair trial and all them something there. I thought Zulika just was his defense attorney, but she's speaking in the capacity of MP, a member of the opposition. I even asked her on social media earlier if she is his defense attorney, because she was talking like she's his defense attorney. And I'm saying if Tom Tavares is in conflict, with the way things should be, where prosecution is concerned, then the court or Norman Scott's hired or paid attorney will address the court about that. But I said, the people send you to Parliament to represent them. You're not representing Norman Scott. This has become a criminal matter between him and the court and the woman him nearly licked down. Anyway, so we're going to talk a little bit about that, guys. I hope you guys are having a good weekend so far. I'm going to play one voice note out here. Yes, I'm going to play one voice note out here one man sent come give me last night. And my love, me have to answer the man over here too. Out of order, you see? One man just send me one voice note last night that talk about people have me under pressure and people are wonder who pull string for me coming at Jamaica, who pull string for me coming at Jamaica, like in a Jamaica me born, or like say me did wanted and me was a fugitive somewhere. So me I go angle up the man there tonight. And me know him over here listen to. Anyway. Welcome all the newbies. I see some new people here. Some new people. Welcome everybody. Make sure you're subscribed. All right. So according to the PNP, Donna Scott Motley, the shadow spokesperson of Foreign Affairs, she said she was calling on the Prime Minister and CARICOM chair, Dr. Holness, to consult member states to forge a unified regional response to reports of U.S. military strike in the Caribbean waters. Um, that there's nothing wrong, with her saying that. But I have to tell you guys, me have to talk it. Because I try to be fair. I don't just come down on things and come down on people just so. I try my very best to be fair. Regardless of how I feel about the PNP, there is nothing wrong with her saying this. However, the tone and the timing and the rush, how these people sometimes can rush to things without first checking, it appears that they are campaigning against Jamaica. That's how it looks to me. This was published today, I want to say maybe about 7 hours ago, right? Let me just give you a little bit more details. What she's saying is she's expressing grave concerns about the strikes, which have resulted. She not only called upon the government, to say something, because we are cheer CARICOM. She goes on further, saying she's expressing grave concern about the strikes, which have resulted in the death of dozens, including 2 Trinidadians, and the detention of U.S. The detention by the U.S. Army of 2 others of undisclosed nationality. She warned that these actions threaten the sovereignty of the region and the security of its people. She noted that CARICOM has long promoted the vision of zones of peace in the region. That principle is not symbolic, it is a binding commitment, so on and so forth. So, the wise thing to do would have been to ask for this update, and ask what CARICOM decided to do. So all this opinionated stuff here, like they are the government, I don't like that. This is not a politics thing. This is not a PNP, JLP thing. So if you're going to ask for the update about the joint statement from CARICOM, do so. But when you, Dana Scott Motley, you are going to be talking like you are the government and this and that. Me just not understand why it sounds like they are campaigning against Jamaica. They don't know to put down the campaigning and stand with their country. There's a time and place for everything under the sun. So it goes on, and I'm not going to read all of it, but I'm going to tell you that 4 hours ago, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, and if Donna Scott Motley wanted to know any information about where CARICOM say and them something there, she could have easily get that information, And that's why you speak to the government, Because if you don't speak to the government, this is what happened. You run out prematurely or late and come talk things and you don't know nothing. So communication is important, especially on matters that has to do with geopolitics. You can't just geopolitics. You can't just come out, attack and behave like say, yeah, campaign against the country. That is so wrong. It is so unprofessional. But the Prime Minister of Jamaica put out something 4 hours ago saying heads of government of the Caribbean community, CARICOM, met and discussed various issues on the regional agenda, including the increased security built up in the Caribbean and the potential impacts on member states, save in respect of Trinidad and Tobago, who reserved its position. heads agree on the following. They reaffirmed, I'm just reading word for word here, guys. They reaffirmed, and this is on the Prime Minister's social media pages. They reaffirmed the principle of maintaining the Caribbean region as a zone of peace and the importance of dialogue and engagement toward the peaceful resolution of disputes and conflict. CARICOM remains willing to assist toward that objective. CARICOM heads of state and of government reiterated their continued commitment to fighting narco trafficking and the illegal trade in small arms and light weapons, which adversely affect the region. They underscored that efforts to overcome these challenges should be through ongoing international cooperation and within international law. They reaffirmed unequivocal support for the sovereignty and territorial integrity of countries in the region and the safety and livelihoods of the people of the region. I don't see where it spoke about the date when CARICOM met. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. I think that would have been some important information for the government of Jamaica to share. This information was also shared, I think, on the CARICOM's website. So basically, this statement was also shared on the CARICOM website today. So I don't know when the meeting took place. I guess maybe it could be there somewhere and I just don't see it. But anyway, being that Jamaica is the chair for CARICOM, let Jamaica do their job. There is no need for this woman to come out and attack like say she is cheering. Guys, don't tell me if me right or me wrong. Let me read some of your comments real quick. Good evening and happy Saturday, JPU family and Jamaican warriors. Thank you, Charmaine. Welcome back. Moderator, welcome. I see you. It is very strange that Trinidad doesn't hold a position on the issues. I guess she wants to say she's doing her work. She knows better, just want to make problem for the Prime Minister. Boy, it looked to me like them are campaign against Jamaica. I don't like that vibe there at all. People must know place and time. Don't like this behavior of Liz, can you please turn down your background? And thank you for joining. Welcome.
Oh, mm, thank you.
Yes, we can hear you good tonight. Welcome, Liz. So tonight now, Liz, so far we're talking about Jamaica's position on Venezuela and the response of the opposition and also the response of CARICOM being the chair for Jamaica being the chair for CARICOM. The situation in the Caribbean now with the US airstrikes and them something there. Have you been following, Liz?
Yes, I have. You must follow
Can
because
barely hear you.
Donald.
Let's speak up now.
Yes, yeah, I have because with Donald Trump's attitude, right now I'm looking at Nancy Pelosi talking about the
Okay.
situation after the remapping of states, and
Okay.
you must follow. You must follow because it's
No, I do.
what
I
he's
do.
what he's doing is bringing a aggressive situation to the Caribbean and the men are the people who earn their living by fishing. He has labeled and is totally out of control. So one must pay attention.
Okay. So when you think about you know, I don't know if you saw the PNP statement, but Scott Monthly came out way too late because CARICOM had already met and stated their position on them something. And also, where the US action is concerned, it is true, and I'm not being biased here, I've taken any side. I'm just saying in fairness, it is true that we have had some serious issues in the region with drug trafficking, arms trafficking, and them something there. So is it, I mean, do you think that the US is just trying to help or maybe going about it the wrong way or the right way? What do you think about that?
Okay. The first of all, the United States presently, Donald Trump, President of the United States, has declared war on the American citizen. He has actually said that the army must be in the streets and use the streets as a training ground, and he has changed the name of the Department of Justice to the Department of War. Now, Venezuela, the people of Venezuela, having the right to do so, went to the polls and they democratically elected their government. There is no way that you going to use a fake excuse to try to go in to their country and tell them who must rule. That can't that can't make no sense. And the relationship between Venezuela and the Caribbean goes back from 18 something, when Simon Bolivar at one point was aided in the Caribbean in his fight against a certain regime in Venezuela. And the relationship between Venezuela and the Caribbean has been great, very, very good ever since, from the days of Carlos Andres Perez until
So hold
now.
on there, Liz, the opposition female that just got the Nobel Peace Prize in Venezuela, who was in hiding. I mean, what is that all about?
All right, there is a, if you have been following the history of the Europe, of Western Europe, really, they want to dictate because of the resources. Venezuela have the second, third largest reserve of oil. The America is in trouble in terms of, it has to know for quite some time now be using, going into their oil reserves. So what they want to do, their oil has been found in Guyana. A lopsided deal was made by the previous Guyanese government and the present government when they want to change it. So what the Americans want to do is trying to use a big stick policy in determining how the Venezuelan oil is distributed and who them sell to.
Mm.
So the um the fact of the matter is that Russia, China, and several other countries is inside Venezuela, and Trinidad has oil, but it's owned by the British. So Trinidad barely earns anything from their oil. The Guyanese says that as I said earlier, the new government changed the
Mm.
deal that was made. So it's just a case of, because what the United States need to do is to look at their side internally. How do you stem or change the diet appetite of the Americans for using drugs? That is where the problem has to be tackled from.
So the
Not
the
blowing up
Caribbean
people on the sea.
the Caribbean
Mm.
community, the person who I say, um, Mr. Alan, good night. I'm not taking sides with America, you know. I'm not. I'm just
No, you can't.
asking.
No,
I'm
you
just
can't because
asking Liz, what she think about the whole thing. I mean, and yes, it is true that we have this arms and drug thing a go on, and me no know if uno see or uno believe that the CARICOM community as a collective have been working together to stop this gun and drug trade and arms dealings in the region. Me know in Jamaica, our national security minister and our government have been dealing with the matter within the country properly, because we see crime down, organized gangs and them something. Some of them dismantled. You understand? So me not take no side, me just ask the relevant questions. Now, moving on, Liz, the situation with Norman Scott. I don't know if you still hear Zulika just she come out and say she take issue with the application for a fiat to prosecute Norman Scott. She's calling it an assault on the case by Tam Tavares. What do you think about that?
Okay, I agree with her because there is a dangerous situation developing here. The normal proceedings of he has been charged and he has faced the court. Why then you, the president of the Senate, a lawyer by profession, yes, but why then you, the president of the Senate, came out and you sort of turning it now into a serious political issue where bias, it can be dangerous, right? Bias is being trouble here. You're the president of the Senate. You're a member of the Jamaica Labour Party. Therefore, you should leave the proceedings because it's in the court. A judge is presiding. There is a prosecutor. So it doesn't need for you. It's a it's a civil matter of on election day that what happened. Norman Scott has been arrested. He has been charged, and he's in the court.
Where's that
What?
civil matter?
Yeah, man, it's a civil matter.
No man, a
So
criminal
you
matter.
well, all right, yes, everything that goes to court is criminal, but criminal within context of civil murder, etc. So
No, it's a
he has
criminal
been.
matter because he was charged with assaulting the lady.
Yes, I'm saying yes, but you have. All right, let's not debate that. He has been charged. He has faced the court once. A prosecutor is in place. Why then should the in this matter, simple matter really, that I am sure the person prosecuting is competent to do. Why then should you, the president of the Senate, a member of the Jamaica Labour Party, a former candidate at times, why then do you go to this extreme as president of the Senate to apply for a fiat for you to be prosecutor? It doesn't make any sense. And why is there the fact that you're trying to politicize? Is there a personal vendetta against the mayor, Norman Scott? It doesn't look good. Should leave it
Okay.
where it is.
So it no look good. It no look good pan the
No,
president of the
no,
Senate. So what you think
no.
about Zulika just now being a representative of the people? And I don't know if to me it is not her place to be saying whether it is appropriate or not. I think Norman Stott has an attorney, and I think if anything, it is attorney who should be speaking and not a MP. Where's
No,
his
man.
attorney?
No, remember, she's a lawyer by profession.
Yeah,
And
but she's
she's
not his
seeing.
lawyer though.
No, she doesn't. That is what I'm saying. She, as a lawyer, is speaking to the issue of the president of Senate, who is also a lawyer, applying for a fiat for him to be prosecutor on the case when he's president of the Senate. He's a member of the Jamaica Labour Party. She now speaks to the fact that this doesn't look good as a lawyer also, because she's not speaking as the defense lawyer. She's saying
So
that
what is she
you,
speaking
Mr.
as then?
No, she's not a part of his defense team. I think she's a spokesperson on
Mostly
who is
justice.
supposed.
I think she a
Mm,
spokesperson. Me no know,
all right.
but Norman Scott as a lawyer though. So why Norman Scott lawyer
Yes.
is not speaking?
No, he spoke. He spoke in the court. He
He
spoke in the
spoke in the
court to
court regarding
person.
the fiat.
Yes. No, no, I'm not about the fiat. I haven't heard or seen anything where he's speaking about the fiat.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't be wise for him, being the defense lawyer, to say anything about the fiat. Wait and see if the court is going to grant the application, if the system is going to grant
I don't think so.
the
I don't.
various.
I don't think. I don't even think this man's serious. I don't think he's
Oh,
serious
that
at all. No, no,
Tavares
no. Tom
Vincent.
Tavares, him can't be serious.
Well,
Me think
you
a joke
know,
him a make.
no, well, the instability across the western area of the world right now is unstable because the United States give the United States is in trouble in on its economy based on the action of Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump is cutting um what's called Medicare and Medicaid. Yet still Argentina, who dollarized, is has collapsed. And now Donald Trump take up, look at what he has fired federal workers by the thousands. This half of the country and most of the country can't get paid. But he take up $40 billion to bail out Argentina. So there's a whole heap of issues that is very, very complicated, right? So when the president and the Senate should probably be in there should be an emergency cabinet situation now because this situation with Venezuela and the situation with Argentina is going to affect the economic situation of the entire region. And when I say the entire region, it's not just the CARICOM group, it's the Latin American countries too, it's the Central American countries, because there's a serious, serious situation going on in the United States itself, right? So all of these little these things, there is a case of an election there. One candidate was stopped from entering the polling booth, which is legal right to do, by an indoor agent of the winning party, the JLP. The matter is in court. Competent people are representing. The prosecutor is there. The judge is there. And the defense team is there. Why you, as a president of the Senate, trying to highlight either your son or yourself, either him want come back, come run again as a candidate, or him son. But it doesn't make sense to use the court system in this way and you're president of the Senate. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay. Zulika do I talked to her today on Facebook briefly and I tell her say she's representing the people who send her to parliament. And
She
if
is.
yes, and if Tom Tavares would be in conflict, then the lawyer of Norman Scott. You see, it's the same thing, you know. I'm tell her that today too. I say the same thing uno do when Dayton Campbell had the court proceeding and Karen accused him of being a pedophile. Are them same people as Zulika just and them people go up on committee to go expel Karen before the court proceeding even started, you know. I saw them behave, you know. So
Yes.
the court
It,
proceeding, well on, you know, the court proceeding between Dayton Campbell and Karen Cross, it was a matter in the court. It was a matter for Dayton Campbell and Karen to deal with in the court. So how it is that them use the party now, I play judge and jury, I come out, I sit down on disciplinary committee, I push out Karen from outer party. That's why me not like that. What is in the
no, you
court,
can't.
let it be in the court. Same like how you
Yeah.
are say, Tavares Finson should allow the court to do them thing. The PNP coming out and talking on this matter like say them is Norman Scott's attorney. She play a defense attorney for Norman Scott. That's basically what she's doing. You
Well,
understand? What
I
happened is
agree.
a court matter, so that's why I say she no more right than Finson, than
Yeah. Well,
Tavares
all
Finson.
right.
Yeah.
Let's look at something. Isn't it ironic? Isn't it ironic that she played judge and jury as part of her defense with a member of the PMP, Karen Cross, versus a member at the time of the PMP, Dayton Campbell. And here it is now, poetic justice has reached them again. Now, it is simply a case of there is a confusion they have created in that Peter Bunting is on record saying, I am riser, riser, riser. It is also a case of Mark Golding on record at Jamaica College, November to year 2020, saying we are no longer PNP. So there is this contradiction right out in the public space, right? And it's there right now still. Are they People's National? Because the People's National Party does not operate. We who grew up in it know the Constitution does not operate like this. So who are these people really representing? And that is what the constituents must start to ask them. Are you a member of the People's National Party founded by Nama Mamla? Are you a member of the Rise United movement founded by Mark Golding, Peter Bunting, and PJ Patterson? It is creating a country, and what they are doing actually, what they are
The
doing.
people them must say, sorry about that, Liz. The people them must say that the people in the chat, our people over here are saying that Tavares is the lady's lawyer. So if Tavares is the lady's lawyer, it would not be appropriate for him to want to prosecute. To me, I mean, that's a conflict of interest to me.
Right. And
Because
I don't think he is.
but it's still the fact still remains that the PNP should not be advocating for and on behalf of Norman Scott in any way. You have people that will say, well, George Wright and this and that. Norman Scott nearly killed the woman, you know. Lick down the woman and them something there, you know. Right?
Let's not we're not supposed to be discussing it because it's in the
No,
court.
no, no. We're free to discuss it, Liz, because this was, a public matter that happened,
It
on
it
election
is.
day.
It is. It is. But
So
you know that it is best not to say about the matter that is before the court and is being already has faced one court date and
well,
is
me
has
not
been.
really business. Me talk just like when me talk about Sylvia and George Wright to everybody else.
Yeah, man.
Good night 411. Come in.
Yeah, sorry I'm
Judge.
late, everybody. I'm doing a video and I reached somewhere in the video and I'm not quite sure if my interpretation was right, so it kind of bugged me down. So sorry about that. And good evening, everyone. Miss Liz and our princess and
Yeah.
Natalie, how do you do?
Good night. Welcome.
But I
So
just catch piece of the conversation.
yeah, yeah.
Tavares Finson is trying to be the prosecutor in the case. Well, what it is that a prosecutor does, then prosecute the case, then put
Yeah.
forward evidence, and it's for the defense. Well, first of all, he has to prove the case. That's all he has to do, prove the case, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's a ladies' attorney now, but he can resign from the position. So I don't know how the DPP's office is going to take it. I don't know why Tavares Spencer wants to prosecute the case, instead of somebody that is there already. I don't know. But we just have to wait as to, and we have to wait and see what the DPP decides.
You
Now,
ever
the
see anything like this
PNP,
before?
no,
You
but the
ever see anything?
PNP,
Oh,
yeah, the PNP is objecting, but I suppose what they're trying to do is to put pressure on the DPP's office to consider their point of view that it's not appropriate. So that would be their position, right? Um,
so
chances are,
411. You know see it as the PNP I try to play defense attorney for Norman Scott.
well, Norman Scott is a member of the party,
Yeah,
right?
but it's a criminal matter in the court. So me don't know if it's appropriate for them to play defense attorney to him. How that them a
No,
do to
no,
me?
no, no, they're what is it? Princess. Is
Hello.
that
Liz,
thing
turn on
coming
your
from
TV
your
now. Go ahead, sorry.
um the PNP can't do anything they feel like. It's a matter of them paying a political price if one is to be paid. So if them want to come out and say something on behalf of a member, that's their prerogative in my view. I don't see nothing wrong with it.
So did you
Um,
see anything wrong when the CM Zulika address? Them did go sit down on committee. When the court business came out with Dayton, Campbell and Karen and expel Karen. You think them should have did insert themselves in it or them should have leave the court and Dayton and Karen and we
no,
too?
it's an internal party thing. So if them decide that that is what they want to do, then do it. If Karen had legal course, she could have got carried them to court, but she didn't carry them to court. So, it's you have to remember that the People's National Party is an organization. It's not it's a well, it's a public organization in the sense that they are vying to be an alternative government, right? And therefore, what happens in the PNP is our business, so to speak. But it is, after all, an organization, and they have their own internal rules. So they make their own decisions, and the members are entitled to carry them to court if that is what they think should be done, if they felt that they were wrong. So that is their thing, in my view.
When things are before the court, I'm of the view that political parties should be careful, especially in this case where she is not the attorney of Norman Scott. But anyway, moving on. Did you see the situation where the PNP and the JLP, where the CARICOM community is concerned with this matter with the US and the airstrikes them?
Um, I read only what Donald Scott Matley said. I didn't get a chance to read what CARICOM said. And I don't know why the United States would airstrike a ship. It has to be more than what um, people may think. I mean, it's not in their way, not even with Trump. It is not in their way to strike a ship at sea. Let me explain it.
They
Their
are
way
not
of doing
striking
things.
ships. They are not
They,
striking ships.
what do they strike?
They are striking canoes, fishermen in their small boats, canoes, who out to sea to fish. Two Trinidadians, two Colombians, and the rest has been
You know.
Venezuelan.
So how many
Hmm?
persons was aboard? How many persons were aboard? It
Up
sounds
to
like six
up to
already.
now, no, up to now is 27 persons have been killed, and interestingly enough,
Hold
two
on.
gentlemen.
How many boats did they attack? Canoe.
It has been what, 5 or 7.
They
he has
they
had his
attacking.
warship, the drone fire up.
27 people as of today.
But
27.
Yes.
how many boats were they attacking?
We don't have that
Well,
information, you know. Well, I don't.
it's about five. It's about five or so, because each boat had a different, but the total number of personnel has been is 27.
Yeah.
Two
What
two
let me
we were
try and
told
understand.
two we
Let me
were
try and
told has
understand
survived.
this. We want to understand if all of them were on the same boat or they were on different
No,
boats.
Different
no, they
times.
were on different times they were strike.
Hmm.
I would suggest that the CARICOM should report it to whoever it is in the United States, because it may not be the policy of the United States. It might be a rogue captain that is doing these things out there, because that is
No,
not the
no,
real
stop.
meaning.
No, 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 no,
No,
no,
no,
no, no,
no.
no, no, no.
Let me finish
The
my point.
president of the United States, who is commander in chief, has ordered this situation. Warships are in place in the international
Warships
water.
are in place,
Yes,
but who gave the
yes.
order for them
He
to
has
perform a
declared war. He has declared war. He says on drug traffickers, and specifically name Madura as a drug trafficker to the United States, which is not true. And he has declared war,
Liz,
trying to
Liz,
declare war.
Liz, Liz, we cannot say that is not true because we don't
It
know.
is not true.
I
It
do
is
not
not
know.
true.
All you know says not true.
It is not true.
I don't know. Liz, don't talk them
All
something
right.
over here say it's not true if you're
It
not no evidence.
which former
No,
president?
no,
Which
I
former
am trying.
president?
Wait a little bit. I am trying to understand. All right. So warships were deployed into the Caribbean.
No, warships has been deployed, sorry, in international waters near to Venezuela,
So well
within
on,
the
Okay.
well on,
Caribbean
you know.
region.
Let me
Within
just
the
say something
Caribbean
real
region.
quick. You only not think so the PNP should have come out come say them never get no campaign donation from Venezuela before them come out attack nothing more.
No, we not reached there so yet. We're trying them dealing with the CARICOM and the US strike on these ships out at sea. The US has warships and have always had warships in the Caribbean and intercept boats. since when it becomes a policy of the United States to be destroying ships instead of trying to capture them? I would think they would be trying to capture them to get the cargo and then have a big thing where they can go on TV and say, hey, we catch all these boats with all these things. Why bomb them up? Something else is going on here.
The,
I
C-
told Karen I
the
was going to
CIA
read
was
about it.
deployed. CIA was deployed over there as well. Somebody said Trump even threatened to deploy the CIA. I'm not just threatening. Him deploy
But let
them
me
too.
ask you something. Hold
the,
on.
she's confusing the issue.
Who is
It's the
confusing the issue?
American, the president of the United States, who is head of the armed forces, has sent warship. They never usually do that. It is the first time it is happening. Since the Cuban 1961 missile crisis, the president of the United States has deployed warships in the region, in the international waters surrounding the region, saying that he has declared war against drug traffickers to the United States. He specifically named President Maduro, democratically elected by the Venezuelan people, that he is exporting cocaine or fentanyl to the United States. Then he has been his one of the warship has deployed drones, and that drone has hit 5 or 6 fishing canoe or trawlers
All right.
in the region
Liz,
water.
Liz, let Michelle
27
finish.
persons have been hit.
Let
It is
Michelle
not no
finish her
ship.
point,
He's not attacking
please.
ships. These are unarmed men good doing them fisher. Them live livelihood. They are fishing folks. The
Okay,
Jamaica
Liz,
fishermen.
Liz. Let Michelle finish what she's saying about the
Well,
situation, and then
I am I'm not saying I'm trying to understand because I haven't read it. So maybe I should go read it first, read what it is that the United States government is saying,
what I want to
right?
understand.
Well, he deployed warships into the region, right?
Yeah.
I think I heard Liz said near Venezuela at one stage.
Yes, it is within the international waters surrounding Venezuela.
So they are not up here at Jamaica, then down near Venezuela.
They are in the international waters. That
In
it involves the
international
whole
water. If it's
region.
40,
Yes,
if
yes,
Venezuela has 45 miles of water, they are beyond that into international water. But at down of
yeah.
Venezuela, then there.
Well, on there, so Karen just coming. Good night, Karen. I'm curious to hear what Karen have to say about this
But
whole
we not
thing.
go on top. Let me see if we can find it and read it.
All right, look on it real quick and come back.
Good night, everyone. Good night, JPU Royalist and 411 fans.
Yes,
Good night,
thank you for
everybody.
acknowledging everybody. Good night.
Good night. I am still driving. I just
Where
coming
you
in.
come from?
Bush.
Oh, okay. So what we're talking about right here, so right now is the opposition come talk like say at them at the government where the the situation with Venezuela and CARICOM, Jamaica's cheering CARICOM, and Jamaica had already had a meeting with CARICOM on the matter. So the Prime Minister said that they did. But this I guess majority of CARICOM has said them no want a war in the region and we must observe, international laws and everything like that. What do you think?
Well, I have not read the opposition statement fully. I just saw snippets of it from Donna Scott. I am very much in favor of us keeping our sovereignty in the region,
Mm-hmm.
but I would hope that CARICOM would have a handle on it. I have no doubt in my mind that the CARICOM and the various ministers of international affairs for the various CARICOM countries would be having discussions with the State Department. I have no doubt about that, and the various national security apparatus of the United States. I
Mm-hmm.
don't doubt either that the CARICOM chairman, who happens to be our prime minister, have had some level of discussions with the people who are in charge of things and monitoring this thing that's going on. So I don't think that there is anything going on that CARICOM is not does not have a full um, abreast of. So that's the first thing. I think the opposition always want to jump the gun, and in this case, maybe them trying to cover them tracks with the Venezuelan $12 million that they got for them campaign, because I'm sure the United States is well aware of that and well onto them about it.
Then why
And
them don't come out and deny it, or say, listen, we get some money or something?
them can't deny it. I want them to deny something that is true, and there's proof of.
A big problem, this, you know.
Yes, that them I try cover by coming out and saying that. And Donna Scott better watch herself, because that Venezuela money thing should have nothing to do with it. But being a foreign affairs spokesperson now, it will fall right in our lap if there are questions to be answered. If the United States and its partners asking for answers to some questions. Um, as the election done, them trying to behave like them have some kind of power, because it is now um, 28 clowns instead of 14 clowns. It's just an increase in clown numbers. So
Mm.
I'm not worried about it. And the reason why I'm not worried about it is because I am confident that both CARICOM and and the Commonwealth people are in discussions, or have had discussions, or initial discussions
Mm-hmm.
with the U.S. State Department and the security apparatus of the United States. I'm confident of that, and our foreign affairs spokesperson and our Minister of National Security are highly regarded in those apparatus, and they themselves would be basically the leaders in this endeavor, because our Prime Minister is indeed the chairman of CARICOM. So them a look headlines, and them a try to cover them tracks, because there are some concerns, yes, regarding fishermen and people being mistaken for drug runners, and the case of mistaken identity. But in a war, there's always a case of mistaken identity.
Casualties, yeah.
Yeah, casualties, and our fishermen ought to be careful and just take care of themselves and make sure that there are adequate um, flag recognition in the waters when them out there. They ought to start with the flag recognition for
Mm-hmm.
those drones, and just take care of themselves, and be safe, and follow the Jamaican government security protocol regarding that.
I wonder
So
if I wonder if the
that's it.
fishermen them afraid to know I gotta see. Me never think about that, you know.
If I were there, I would
Yeah,
not put out to sea
Eh?
in the southern coast. I just
yes, the
read
South Coast.
it
Yeah, the
is
South
about
Coast.
six.
Yeah.
It's about
Yeah,
it's about six.
they are to stay out of the South Coast area. Michelle is right.
They're,
They are to.
they're about
But I think maybe our government, need to give some advisory to the fishermen
Yes, yes.
based on the information that they would be privy to.
Mm-hmm.
They can give advice to our fishermen, and that should come pronto.
Mm-hmm. Next thing
somebody
now.
ought to take. Hold on, Natalie. So just watch a little snippet. And what they're saying is there has been about six strikes in about a month and a half, killing about 30 people to survive on one of the boats. And based upon what they're showing us, they were speedboat. Now, somebody ought to take the United States of America to the international law, right? You cannot be blowing up things talking about you say is drug boat without evidence, right? You have 10,000
Actually,
troops.
Michelle, I really want to stop you there. I really, really want to stop you there. Nobody go take the United States to the international court for trying to protect their waters, and the security of them nation. But
But
listen,
how do you know?
no,
But
no, no.
Karen,
Yeah,
hold
we're
on there.
talking about
Hold on,
international
Karen.
court. Are you
Karen, they
talking
are
about
blowing
Canada?
up.
No,
They are
don't tell me to hold on. You cannot be saying that the United States cannot be blowing up vessels that they don't have any evidence for. And you really actually would sit down there and believe that the United States will start blowing vessels that they don't have evidence for?
I do.
Well, I don't. I don't. I
Well,
don't
hold on
believe
there.
the United
Before
States
you
to be
come,
dropping
If
Karen,
planes
the
and things.
argument, if the
Karen,
argument was
before
that
you
these
come,
people
before you
were
come, Liz
terrorists,
say, wait, no,
different
Karen,
story.
before you come, Liz say, I lie the US a tell pa Madura.
Yeah, well, that is not true either. Nobody not tell
Me
life
no
Madura.
know, me no know, me no,
Madura is a criminal. Madura is a criminal and him running drugs. And yeah, we want to support our Venezuelan brothers and sisters against anything that would seek to deny them basic food items and freedom of movement and all of that. And some of that is caused by the United States. Yes. But most of the problems that the Venezuelan people are facing is caused by their government, particularly Mr. Maduro.
So what happened to
So
the opposition leader, the opposition woman were in a hiding. You know what happened to that woman there? Then just get the Nobel Peace Prize, you know.
yeah, but she has to be careful because I don't think she wants to leave. If she leave the country, she can be a force for change. And the United States is probably helping her. So is maybe Canada and England and other people helping her to not only stay safe but to be able to be active in what she do. Navarro, come
Oh,
here, don't worry.
I don't think she's left. But Karen, let
No,
me
she
talk to you
can't.
about
She can't.
let me talk
Uh-huh.
to you about Norman Scott before you go inside.
Hold on for the moment. Just remember it and hold on for it. I want to be very, very clear. I want to be very, very clear that Maduro, the president of Venezuela, is involved in drug running on the seas and has compromised some of those drug running activity has compromised some of our Caribbean waters. That there is evidence. I would imagine that the US has. Well, I have heard that there are evidence to that effect, and we and people like Princess and them who are very left leaning people and very liberal and would want to be like the Democrats and chat some kind of foolishness about a lie them a tell Pan Madura. It is everybody's opinion to have an opinion. Everybody's right to have an opinion about something as important as this. But opinions can be clouded by people's personal beliefs.
The
Um,
United
um,
States, the United States did accuse Fidel Castro of exporting drug to the United States. The
yes, and he
United
did.
States,
And he
the,
did.
the,
Yes, and he did.
right,
And he did.
the United States, the United States did accuse Michael Manley of having 5,000 Cubans at Norman Manley International Airport. The United States has accused Warner of running drugs from Trinidad to the United States years after all of those things has been proven to be lie. There are several other. Salvador Allende of Chile, Salvador Allende of Chile, a socialist elected by the people of Chile, was murdered by the United States government. This don't just
I
start
can't,
now.
I
They
can't,
are lying about
I
Maduro.
can't, hello, I can't engage in that kind of propaganda without having adequate numbers. And we have had long standing back and forth about the atrocities that the United States have committed against one country or the other. And there are no doubts that they have or in the past committed a lot of atrocities, both in the Caribbean and Latin America and some other places, Africa to be included. But none of it, absolutely none of it, was done solely by the United States. Every single one of it was aided and abetted by some of those very countries or people within those very countries.
That's
So
true.
I am not. I am that you can keep that full argument to yourself about that. But the United
Everything,
States have
everything
the
that
right.
doesn't Everything that doesn't align with your thinking is stupid argument. But
No,
facts is
no
out there to
war,
prove
no
it.
war, no war. Stop
No,
it.
we're
But
not
I'm
worried. We're
trying
not
to
worried. It's a matter of opinions
I
being
just put
stated
me.
there.
I'm trying
It's a
to
matter.
figure out something. Isn't the United States governed by law? Okay, when it
No,
comes
they're
to
not.
international.
They're not at present. Mm-mm.
Here they know, here they know. International
Now,
I am
I am
not.
trying to
Listen,
understand.
listen to me, Natalie. I'm not going to participate in this foolishness about the United States.
oh, na go war in the war room. What can go? So
It's not
stop it
war
now.
than war room. I cannot participate in something that does no bearing in facts. Yes, there are
But
some historical things to talk about, but one cannot blanketly say this and say that without historical evidence to back it up. There were a lot
but
of propaganda going on in the 70s during Michael Manley time. And yes, the United States did say Michael Manley run drugs too and all of that. We just can't say in a blanket way that the United States does not govern by law because Mr. Trump doing his own thing in his own way, trying to protect his country or doing
that is the point that
whatever.
I'm asking. I am asking a simple question. They are governed by law, and I'm
I am not
trying to.
talking about you,
No,
Michelle.
no, no, no. Let me
But
finish my point.
the truth of the matter is, guys, and we have to face the truth. The truth of the matter is, you see, when times it come on to drug trafficking and arms trafficking, you know, say CARICOM is not aggressive as a collective. Them need to be more aggressive, you know.
Well, Miss
And
Stella
that's why
tried
maybe
to
that's
ask
why
me.
Trump comes so aggressive. Me not take no side, you know, but me have to look on both sides of the coin. The CARICOM
May I,
community.
Where the guns and the drugs come from,
I'm trying to
Natalie?
ask a little. I'm trying to ask a simple question. They are governed by laws. Yes, inside of the country, outside of the country, they are governed by international laws. Now, they are trying to protect the borders from drugs by killing people is highly unusual. That's what I'm saying. They usually do that when there is a threat, like a terrorist threat, or something like that. Then take that kind of drastic action.
So how you
Otherwise,
suggest they do it? How do you suggest they do it?
how they normally do it, they intercept these boats, capture the people, carry them before them court, try them and lock them up. Why are they doing something different now? I don't get it.
But
Unless something else.
them have this standoff with Venezuela. So I guess it runs a little deeper. But
The only
look
thing
here.
that's what I'm saying. Maybe we're not hearing the full story, and maybe we need to get them, hopefully, the journalists will get them to say more. Is it that the boats are here the war boats are here, and then these vessels are coming towards them or near them and then feel threatened? There has to be a reason. I could not be attacking a boat because of drugs. It has to be more than that. That's what I say. Not even
Maybe they have the evidence in Maduro and the drugs and them a try because he's evading them. Cause
no, but
them put out reward, you know. How much $1 million to catch him, you know.
then
So
Natalie, the way to catch him is to catch the people in the boat, put them on trial, and then testify that a Maduro or somebody that's
me
linked
not
to
disagree
Maduro.
with you. I'm just,
Yes,
you know,
this what they're doing is strange. That's all I'm saying. Strange, and
okay.
it may be something more behind it than what we are hearing so far.
So
And the
look at now.
journalists will get to the bottom of it. We just have to wait.
Okay, so look at now, Karen. What me I say is that me not understand how the PNP come out attack. All PGM say come out I bring down the US, but why before them utter anything out of their mouth, them not come out publicly and say them never get none of Maduro's alleged drugs money?
Well, Karen, she gone.
No,
Oh, she
she's
get
not.
kicked
She's still
out.
here.
Where?
I see her, but I don't hear her.
Tell her to unmute. Oh, she must be at the bottom of the thing.
Me no know. But
Well,
me
I
think
don't know. I don't know if Donna Scott is. I don't know what Donna Scott is saying. I think she's trying to say that CARICOM should send more. CARICOM put out a statement. I say I didn't read it. I haven't read it yet.
mm-hmm.
But I don't know. The only thing that they need to do is go find out what I want so that they can put out something intelligent, right? The United States is in international water committing these attacks, right? The
Mm.
boats, them, all of them could just stay them yard. So they will have nobody to attack, right? Canada on the yard. And for those who were attacked, the countries whose national, but then again, you see, that's the point. Nobody even knows who were aboard. Do they even know who were aboard these boats that were attacked?
And Trinidadians,
Me don't know if them did have follow them
Venezuelans.
or what, but We not me not like this idea of war in the region. We're not used to that, you know. But
Yeah, I
at the
know
same
worry.
time,
That's bully. That's you attacking a boat with all this overwhelming
well,
force.
there's a standoff and a war between Venezuela, an undeclared war between Venezuela and the US. That we have to
But that
admit that. But
but that's not what them attack. Are they saying that they're attacking boats that coming from Venezuela? Must be.
okay, so there's another war that is in our region that we need to put emphasis on. You see the war by the gangs them and the traffic of them. You see the war we take out 10,000 Jamaican people, we cause 10,000 Jamaican people for dead over the last decade or something. We need to talk about that war as well. So while it is true that the US is going about it in a certain way, what we are really used to in our region in these times, we have to also acknowledge the trafficking and the things that want to go on in our region. Are we aggressive enough about it? I don't think so. And we need to be. We need to be
Well,
more aggressive and talk to one another in the region about these things.
yeah, well, we don't have we may not have the capacity
Between all
to
the
be
countries,
able
them.
the traffic between no the traffic ain't going on now. We only have we have porous borders. I mean we have borders, right? We are an island. And we have our what they call them? Coast Guard,
Mm,
right? Now the only way they can guard against these is to have people at intervals watching what is going on out at sea,
mm,
right? And anybody who put in come ashore, then can intercept them. But then the drugs are coming in all sorts of different ways. Them sometime at the bottom of boats of the ships that are sailing. That no have nothing to do with nobody more than somebody swim underneath here, tied up somewhere down there, and sometimes it get caught,
mm,
right? And wash up ashore. When it reach where it's supposed to go now, somebody dive underneath here if it reach and cut it and then gone with it. Right? And we have divers in Jamaica, as far as I remember, who every time the ships come in, the cargo ships, they would dive under and look to see if any drugs are in there. Um, so I don't know.
so may I ask a question already. I don't think you answer it, but feel so the PNP must come out come say them never get no money from them, never take no money from Venezuela.
No
Well,
official statement.
they're
Nobody don't
not
make no
going to,
official statement yet.
Where
That
nobody,
is
did
the
they're not
reason
going
why.
to pay us any man.
No,
They're not
well,
going to pay us any man.
nobody has made any official. The government, nor nobody has said anything officially yet
about
for
what?
them to at the money that they got 12 million US dollars. It has not been officially. We have not heard it officially yet. That's
So where I said the
so.
government must ask them say if they get money.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
Yeah, man. No,
yeah, that's either very
if the
important. Or
government
some
have the
prominent people in society, other people,
if
some
the
other
government
people.
have if the government have the information, it is critical that the government says make a statement on it. You must do that as the government because the region now because the region is under tension. Haiti, Venezuela, Cuba as usual, Guyana, Ray, all the region, the entire region, Central America, Latin America, everybody is on edge because
Mm,
fisher folks are being murdered and whether if him last the year, if him live it out, if him live out the 4 years, Donald Trump is going to face. Although they are not a signatory, they are going to face the International Criminal Court for this action because the American people is telling him that it is wrong. Two gentlemen have survived. They are in the custody of the U.S. Coast Guard. He has removed the Coast Guard and he has sent warship. The fentanyl problem was once said that China is a great supplier of fentanyl to the United States. Him can't war with China, but him are trying to attack smaller countries, right? Now, when you look at the region situation now has been made even more unstable. Because if you notice, The Cubans has not said anything. And over the weekend, the Cubans has released a particular individual and he has gone to Miami. He was a political prisoner. So the Cubans now being preemptive have sent released this man and he's now in the United States, he's in Miami. Now that is another interesting situation to watch because I
Mm.
am sure Donald Trump is going to make some sort of play to attack Cuba too. And trust me, it ain't gonna be pretty.
So, all
That
right.
when
So, to the Jamaica Labour Party now, it is alleged. Me agree with all who say that the JLP they don't need to come out in any accusatory manner. But ask just like how we the people, we entitled to know and we want to know. Did the PNP take any of Venezuela alleged drugs money for campaign donation? Me not think so that is off limits. It's a legitimate
no, you must ask. Yeah, you as government, you must ask if
yes,
it
let
if
them
it
come
is
out come say
if
if
it
them did or didn't.
yeah, you must ask if it is proven that the money was earned from drugs. You must the government of the country has a right to protect the citizens of the country. You must ask about the matter. You must bring it to the fore because the entire region is under siege. Versus fisher folks in Jamaica, fishermen cooperative has issued a statement asking the government to say something because it is a wide area of fish. The quality of fishermen goes far, and Duran, you name them, El Salvadorians, Cubans, everybody is out there fishing them, earning them living, right? It is
No,
going to be
safe
very
out there now.
interesting. I am waiting to hear. I hope we get a chance to hear from the two men who has survived. Come
Mm.
on, the Prime Minister of
Hold
Trinidad is
on there a
under fire.
second. Karen just come back in. Karen, you think so the government must come out, come ask the opposition to clarify whether them get campaign donation because the PNP would have come out and say it long time, you know.
Oh yeah, because the PMP is stupid. The government not stupid. The government don't need to ask them that.
What
You gotta
make?
just need to just let them just leave them let them stew their own soup. Because you see, I don't the donation is not from the government of Venezuela. The donation is from Maduro himself. And that kind of partially make it different. It's good and bad for them. It's good because it's not the government, and if it was the government, then our government would be able to make a fuss, and the other governments of the world would be able to hold the PMP accountable because, um, there's no evidence that it is government because the government don't have that kind of money. Maduro has the money out of him drug thing, and he gives it to them personally. I suspect it's something that he has been doing over the years. Election. I don't know what they promised him because Angela was the spokesperson for international affairs at the time, and she particularly wanted that position because of that Venezuela thing and the Cuba thing. So she basically wanted to be foreign affairs spokesperson for Cuba and Venezuela. That was that whole thing about being foreign affairs spokes.
So
Um,
I would it on the campaign funding committee in the election, yeah.
I don't know, but I don't think our government should get itself involved in that. If the government have any information regarding to it, they would if the United States asked them to provide any information at all, they would be obligated to provide that information. Them don't need to get into it. Them don't need to ask them when they do them campaign money. Them don't need to go down that road with them. Them just need to let them go find ways and means to go around it. Because that's what them doing with this whole statement.
Mm.
Up ourselves into all of this, taking on that kind of thing that
So
shine this kind of spotlight
During
on her. And she
hold
is
on.
can
not
I
an experienced or skilled foreign affairs person. She might
My name
she might name
my
my
name is Joan Gama
yeah,
PMP applications.
can I finish speaking?
Sorry.
Talk now, man.
That was a joke. Go on, man.
I was referring to you, Michelle. Although you're very annoying. I'm on a short leave tonight.
Worry.
So
People
I'm gonna
worry
miss
hot,
you.
don't it?
So
Hotter than
now,
before.
I want look here. You look like some menopause are going in at you. I will lock off this in a one.
Careful, careful. We
menopause
are on
always
international media.
menopause. You're the one. You're the only one that have menopause. You're the only one that have the menopause. You're the only non-menopausal person in the
I
war
know me.
room.
I know me. Me
Nobody
a
else in
dog.
the
When
war
I
room
go
is
to me, I will
menopausal.
me a dog. When I go on with some menopause style there. When I
You know
build
what
up,
I say? We
it's a
are.
bad for
I
one
am
in
not
there.
denying that.
Well, Mama, because
I
get
am not,
excited. It's that time of the month.
no, I'm not denying that. I would like.
Jesus.
Careful,
No,
careful, Michelle. Anyhow,
I
ladies,
don't feel like
ladies,
about it because men have that too. So I
Well,
ladies.
mean,
all right,
Men
so
go through
I
Joan
would
some.
Bobby
hope that
said,
if the
ladies,
Men
government
I'm
go
have
through
any
some
information,
menopause.
Joan Bobby in
uh,
a PMP headquarters. So it's not a answer.
Ladies,
Really.
ladies,
He look like
ladies.
now man started to go through menopause when him nearly lick down the woman. But look,
No,
Karen,
it's not menopause
I
for them only.
love this.
our Liz,
Remember it starts with a P, no, but I don't remember the word right now. But ladies, interestingly enough, during the 1980 campaign,
Liz, hold that thought. Hold the 1980s real quick. Let me ask Karen about the something with Tom Tavares and Norman Scott, you know. So Liz, hear more Liz. Karen, I don't know if you know say Tom Tavares go apply for one fiat for prosecute prosecute Norman Scott. You might the lawyer for the lady when Norman Scott lick down, you know. So
Now, now, first of all, somebody need to explain to me what is a fiat.
permission.
Michelle, what is a fiat?
I have no clue, but
Permission for the
one
what?
thing, you know,
It's
if
a
he
he's seeking permission to
from
prosecute.
from the
it's a legal
DPP,
document application for somebody to prosecute a case outside of the DPP office.
hmm that has happened before. I've heard
Okay.
of
Yeah,
So,
people
man,
doing
yeah,
one.
all
man.
right. So that, when I first right here. So that's what he
Rural
did?
Yes, that he applied
That's
for
what
it
he did,
because
Michelle?
he's
Yeah.
representing the lady who get the
Not
lick down.
Natalie.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, yeah,
he
Yes,
Natalie.
applied
so
for.
Zulika just now come out now and say that should not happen and that Norman Scott is not getting a fair trial. So may I say, is she is attorney or what?
Oh, Julia Jess?
The
The
same
only way
one we
now,
was
man,
sitting
so
on
You know,
committee for expel
I
out of
really,
court.
all right, let me say this. Let me say this. I have to go read up as to this whole fiat thing and get an understanding of what is it that Tom Tavares is requesting. And I want to see, and I have to also go look if there are any precedent in this. I also have to go look if there are any semblance of political victimization that could be associated with. So if I go look into that, so I can't answer that right away now. But I can
well,
say this. I can say this with surety. Whatever it takes to discipline the vice president of Rise United stroke PMP, it can't be wrong. I mean, you box a woman on election day. Election day is our most sacred of days. It is a day when every single Jamaican that is on the voters list have a say in the matter of their country. It's the single most important national day. Yeah, independence, yes, but election day, this is the day when we choose, the day when we decide who going to be our leaders and who going to lead our parliament and who will be my member of parliament. This is an important day. And on that day, Norman Scott chose to abuse and assault a woman, the vice
wrong and wrong.
president, the, the,
He
the,
was
the,
told
the
to
vice
exit.
president.
He was told to come
Huh?
out of the polling station and overstay him time. The law says that once you
I
have your the law says that once you have your indoor agent inside the polling station, you as a candidate can only stay in there for 5 consecutive
5 minutes.
minutes, into which you have to leave.
Yeah.
And apparently, the JLP lady was telling say him in there too long. Maybe other people are telling him, like the presiding officer, and him decide say, him wrong and him strong, right? And him had the nerve to go plead not guilty. So I'd like to know why he plead not guilty. And I suppose we have to wait on the trial. Now, as for them, Zulika just claiming that if Tom Tavares Finson is named the prosecutor, that Norman Scott would not get a fair trial. I would like to know if she'll lose her mind. I mean, the man is asking to be the prosecutor, not the judge. And the judge are the one who will
Exactly.
adjudicate.
Exactly. There is going to be a judge presiding over the whole thing. Him just feel say him can come and present all the things
You know, can
to
I just
convince.
can I tell you this? You know, candidates in every election throughout the years, candidates have gone into the polling station, and in some respect, some of them have overstayed their 5 minutes. But you know what I know to be true? If and when a candidate is loitering, because once your 5 minutes done, you're loitering and you're breaking the law. But
Mm-hmm.
if and when a candidate does that, there whoever is on the opposing side, the opposing party would draw the attention, draw that attention to the EOJ, what you call it, supervisor, and say, I'm in here for more 5 minutes. 5 minutes up, sorry. He came in here. He came in here at 11. It's now 6 minutes past 11. Him overdoing it. Say, I just said that. In my experience, my years of experience, what a candidate normally does in a situation like that is say, yes, man, I'm going now, and heal up everybody, and walk, keep walking and going, and be calm and don't disrespect nobody and leave. That's my years of experience. I've seen it happen where people come and overstay them 5 minutes, but it's how them handle it. Like
Mm-hmm.
if the opposition indoor agent say, I mean 5 minutes now, in here 5 minutes now, we don't want minimum. In most cases, the opposition uh, indoor agent is angry about it or boisterous about it, because they are trained to be strong about it, not to disrespect people,
Do them
but to be
job.
strong about the fact that they should stay. Yeah, do their job and be strong about it. But I have rarely seen a situation where a candidate don't try to diffuse it because he want to make himself more, amenable, amenable, or whatever the word is, to people, and
Authoritative.
not to agitate. Him don't want to agitate. Him don't want nobody to come pull him out and draw him out and make no war. So this is there is it's not the first time, but Norman Scott's action and how he handled the matter, and how him disrespected the woman, and how him feel him had the power and the authority to live up in big nasty drunken hand and put pan people girl picnic.
Him
How
nearly
him
kill her.
feel that way, vice president of the Rise United People's National Party, where we're coming in from country. Well, for the whole day that we went out the country, we were discussing all kinds of politics. And at one point, we're talking about Vice President O.D. Ramtali, Vice President Easton Douglas, and then you add Vice President Norman Scott. What a disgrace! What a fall! What a
Rip rap.
fall for Norman Manley Party! What a fall! That this junk already, man, going there, go abuse a woman. And then after he did that, they made him vice president again. Basically saying to the woman whom he assaulted, no matter busy where you are saying. We're not busy
But
where you are saying, have a right to this man.
the interesting thing about it, is that when George Wright was supposed to have knocked the woman with his stool, beat her up with his stool, the PNP was saying that he should resign. Even if we wait for
Don't
no,
the JLP
no,
expel him.
no, but them saying if we wait for no police, not now at all, and him do it, so he must resign. And now Norman Scott
And that was
is
and that was a domestic affair between a man and a woman.
They are now seemingly saying, well, until
I'm
the
just
case,
adding this in.
I heard you, I heard you. So they are now seemingly to be suggesting that until the matter is adjudicated and he is found guilty, it's okay for him to be vice president. I mean, this double standard of these people.
I
Well,
saw
I
the
mean,
rise as them operate. What good for other people, not good for them. I saw them stay. But let me play one voice note here so phone of people. One voice note here so well on there. Oh wait there. Oh see it here. Listen to this, because we know from September 3rd, we know hear from them here people here, Them here people here go silent, All upon a sudden, them people here can send my voice note. Listen to this here now.
Someone so hard.
This rise here.
I'm gonna beat someone so hard. Including if you beat you not. The way come like beat you Natalie. Anyhow, let me say this quickly. I can feel the business, I have come the business and what I know, and I focus on the service, so yeah. Like right now, there are people I wonder how you come to Jamaica, get arrested, and who clear the passage for you. That's what they're saying. I know, may I say something, I wish to you get arrested, because I wish bad from people, so, not come for me.
This madman in a Rise United camp, I go come to me and say, guys, I when I to ask me say if me no hear from them there, I say no. Well, lo and behold, last night the man I go send me a voice note. I come say, oh, what a way Kamala beat did I beat me? Kamala never beat nobody after she never nobody win nothing. She never out here talk no. I be a lie then telling them something. Then look at them now. I say go send home she. But little bit of blood, nah beat nobody. Me no know what them attack say. So this sitting now with me being arrested at Jamaica. And who pull string for me? Boy, me I telling you say.
well, the point is that he was saying that you can't come back to Jamaica
And
because
the
you're
whole
going to
of them
get
in attack,
arrested.
so.
And then you come to Jamaica and he might wonder now how you not get arrested. Well, you need to go and ask some lawyer and let them explain it to you. You know, if you have any further discussion with him, and look
Me
at
tell him,
attention.
so, me ask him say if me did wanted.
Is who that, Natalie? Who do that?
No, the first the one named Conrad O'Brien.
Oh, am I in my life? I thought he died September 3rd.
September.
I never heard him, so I said that Mr. Crap wasn't dead.
And then if he
Him
went
come
back
out
to
of the
them,
woodwork last night. Come
if
crawl
them,
up
He
on
came
me.
out.
if them put
Yeah.
him back in the special ward where they must be creating for the risers and Nanga Bellevue,
Lord
then
have
Mm-mm.
this isn't quite
mercy.
right either.
So what was he defending? When said Natalie?
Him say
I
come
didn't hear.
him say little bit of blood did have me under pressure.
When mean by that?
No bad man, yeah.
No,
Come
him
down
a
and
talk about with the blogging and thing, but me say she not help nobody with nothing. So who she can have under pressure?
Oh, them never have no, that there was never a time that they had anybody under pressure.
I
The
mean,
only
she was so under pressure that she blocked the whole of it. Please.
well, I was never active at any of them page or in any of them space, so nobody no block
Well,
me. But
Them a
they
try
were
exactly.
put
never.
we them a try put you in a category with little bit of blood. We are not in a class.
No, they're. You see, blogging must be judged by impact. They had none.
That is
Absolutely
Exactly.
none. None.
no quality.
We're not saying that we alone have impact. Hundreds of people on social media have impact, but them, they had none. Zero impact. Every
So
time
yeah,
them open their mouth, a source of foolishness come out of it or blatant outright lie. And every time them try them and that propaganda, them end up
Them ending
giving
up
us
have to deal with we.
yeah,
and
giving us
then
information that them not supposed to give with.
and
Now
of
look
course
here.
the
Hey,
people hold
between
on
me
and
and me,
Natalie. The people them who listen to them when they hear the lie, them have to run come to we to see if they can hear what we and say the truth is. So
That's
what they have
true.
done is driven people over to us,
That's
right?
true.
And then they say, oh, them the people are so lie. Like I will show them
That's true.
evidence.
hey,
That's
between me and you know, between me and you know, somebody in the rice can pinch me and tell me say, ah no, then can't get over seeing us at the inauguration. It's what happened to them, so
Why is that? Them lucky. Them better. I know them can't get over anything. I am having fun just
Mhm.
watching them getting over themselves, trying to get over themselves.
Yes, one of them have a meltdown. Now some of the bloggers them behaving out of character, which suggests to me that there is something mental going on with them. You know?
They're not
Yeah.
referring to us as propagandists.
Oh well,
So
that is not a bad thing to be known as.
They know them was the propagandists in the election, so how now we take over propaganda.
no,
Well, as
no,
I
there is
said,
a
And
difference
we not
between
lose nothing.
propaganda and liar, you know. Them lie. They
they
want to
them
use the
lie.
propaganda.
Them lie.
Them not
We're not
lying
liars.
like
They're
that and stuff.
propagandists, yes, but them tell blatant lie.
Oh Jesus.
And lies can't convince people you can't convince people to follow you or to listen to your conversation or to even believe an argument. You say if you continue to lie to them, you have to tell people the truth, and even if them don't like the truth, and that's why they were unsuccessful in
Now,
convincing people to listen to them.
and the lies are easily disproved. At least them don't even tell you when you don't know what the truth is. You know?
No, no,
But
Like
look,
neither.
like when
look,
English come out and say renounce, there is no way for us to know whether it's so 'cause England not going to confirm or deny, right? But
And
when
they
he
know
come out
that.
with things about him father, and him
Yeah,
father do this him father, and there's a Gleaner report from the 1950s saying something totally different. That
yeah.
is that's an
Lie.
idiot.
Like when
And
him said him grandfather born down at Cambridge.
the man saying born a Cuba.
It's a man of Cuba. So
Papa
things
Jesus.
like this prove ever. So they were never in a winning position. And I know them listening to us, they were never in a winning position. They have always, ever from the beginning, in a losing position. Because from where they started was a losing position. And
Mhm.
where they stayed for an enormous amount of time was a losing position. The going after individual bloggers over this side and targeting people with lies and making up stories and people, that was always a losing position. And the leader that them have was always a loser. So it wasn't going to end any other way.
Mm-mm. Me sorry for
So
them, but
that,
Well,
you
even
know,
English himself, not look surprised at English. I mean, please.
you know look surprised, Sam Lewis. Him vex when
No,
him lose.
yeah,
I
when man
don't
look at him, I got drop down. The man did that drop down a party at quarter. You say me that drop down up there, them have to hold him up. I mean, understand, you know. But man did that jump up and I wave him on and looking very cocky in the early hours of the night when Diane Jackson Miller was swinging and smiling and behaving like like somebody a feed her sugar. I mean, and he was there, and then when him see the thing start turn and bam, 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 I never for hold him up.
The way I miss the way I miss the way I miss him and stagger walk out of PMP headquarters the night.
Yes.
Me I say about Jesus Father, then what
Well,
is?
I hear that when the election was called, everybody who was there cheering the night array start come out of PMP quads, and then nobody was walking front way. Everybody was walking out back way.
okay.
Everybody was leaving back way. They started getting up one by one and leaving back way. I mean, I know what kind of foolishness that, that's what somebody tell me.
So them
So
never had
they
to celebrate the 28th seat that time there.
no, them for celebrate 28th seat. Them Bunting, when Bunting put up man and them record him and saying Ray and him yeah and him look wimpy. That's because he thought he was gonna be deputy prime minister and minister of finance.
Poor thing.
Oh
My
yeah. They were
son.
winning. They were winning. They
Yeah,
were
them
winning. Win. We'll win, man. But
but
was
it's
that
been
the
like
NEC saying that we win? And
mm.
Mark was that the NEC saying no, we lose.
But this is
Mm-mm.
so here, so how did you get up and say so? I
No
wonder.
man, Ian Campbell in his presentation, I put everybody mind at ease because everybody look in the NEC look like them living in an alternate universe because them think them wait, them lose. So
Is it
everybody
the
looking
AC?
very despondent and depressed. So Dayton Campbell brought them back to reality and him say, we won.
I think I do
And back
invite him said jump up
and
and said,
the
you
do
know, we not in the mark.
advancements line without him. But then when it was Mark time to give his presentation at the NEC, he said, "No, we lost, we lose because I am not Prime Minister. I'm still the next Prime Minister of Jamaica."
I
Next
said,
never.
hey, somebody never swear me. So what they tried last year at the local government election, I thought about them win when they lose, right?
Oh crap! His own
This
backside,
time,
you say
this
they
time
put it a
around,
nice word.
because
You touch a good
everybody,
word.
So look here, guys. I think we're about 2 years and look a bit out from the next local government election.
Year and a
Yeah.
half.
How much?
Year and a half.
Year and a half.
Mm.
Yeah, you have any words of wisdom for the government or anybody?
We don't have no words of wisdom on local government elections just yet. But I hear that with the Matadona, Westmoreland, Western Westmoreland, Westmoreland in general, and Julian Chang. And you want to talk about that? Did you mention that in it?
I think we talked about it briefly last week, but I don't know. I don't know. People are speculating that she's gonna end up across the floor. I don't know.
But she should. I don't know what she's waiting on because
Yeah.
doing that's a piece of crap. He's a
Them a do
dirty
her
nasty
bad.
man.
It's a good while. Them a
He's
do
a
her bad final.
he's a dirty nasty man. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
disappointed in Dan because Dan used to be such a good man, a good
Mm-hmm.
youth till them get more power and it just corrupt them mind more and the mayor of
Lelansi.
Savilamar, Delance, him is a walking dipshit because all him do is pretty much every baby that every pit in the Westmoreland favor him. And
Backside. Hold on, Choppy. Me mama. Where is it? Oh my God, so no sleep at all. No,
no,
sir.
no.
Karen, I don't me duck look a while, you know.
Before it cleared.
You
No,
grown too
sir.
much, I can say you.
Yeah,
Lord.
man, him is a slut and a dog. And,
Jesus.
and, and, and everywhere you look around, everywhere you look at Westmoreland, there's a picnic with favor him. Can you can't escape the big head? And the bulging eye will look like him kind of handicapping him facial part. And I mean, everywhere you turn. So them a dirty man. Them a real dirty man. We never know that Dwayne Bars was such a sleaze and slimy fellow. Because he was in a WhatsApp group texting to Julian Chang that him having dreams about her, doing all kinds of things to her.
Lord God. Calling wife
Oh
over here.
yeah, yeah man, that's what he was doing.
Me know what the
Texting
sexual
the woman.
harassment, you know.
Yeah man, texting to
Sexual.
the woman. I tell the woman all kind of dream, nasty dream when him have this little slimy looking, handicapped looking fellow. I tell the woman all kind of dream when him have about her, and him want them to be a reality. And the woman just she answered him in some of those WhatsApp as far as I can tell, but nothing to entertain him dreams. So I mean, as I said, from last week is deep pussy feelings, and
Jesus.
Julia is a nice woman. So I mean, there is that. So there is him with that, and there is the mayor with every picture looking like him, and I don't know what is Dan's angle because Dan, even though him have him look a dirty nasty ways, he used to be a decent guy. I don't know what happened to but whatever, a dirty man, basically. So she should really cross over and serve. You see, one thing, if I'm not too much, I mean, one thing is that she is the counselor for the Savalamar division. Now,
Mm-hmm.
that is a big thing. Being the counselor for the Savalamar division is like, members of Savalamar is the capital of Westmoreland. So she is basically she controls the division that has basically controls the resources, so to speak, or would spend a vast amount of resources and have responsibilities. that division would bringing in the what you call it, the
Revenue.
money, the
Mm-hmm.
revenue. Yeah, bringing in the revenue, and that division would get a lot of eyeball, because you have to fix it up, it look good, because it is the Savlamar, and I figure part of their vendetta and is wanting to control the resources for the Savlamar division. Want to decide how much and who gets it and who spends it and where it should spend, and if the people of Savlamar wants to meet with the mayor, chamber of commerce, or people wants to meet with the mayor or anybody else, there's no way they could do that without her as a representative. You get me? So she
Yeah.
must now understand that the only way she can retain her power and move forward is for her to cross the floor, join the JLP, because she would easily win the seat for the JLP. And then now them can't mess with her in there, because a source of war with a Rick Pandem if she is a JLP councillor.
I
Would
hope
make
she
fun
hear this.
would make fun to make war with them, and she must feel, and I don't want her to feel like she's standing alone. She's not alone.
Mm-hmm.
Comrade Julian Chang, you're not alone. That is not the People's National Party that you thought it was, my dear. This is Rise United, headed by Peter Bunting and Mark Golden, and you are now sitting among some dirty, nasty men who are feel like them can do anything, because there's no People's National Party to hold them to account, or train them to be decent people. It's just Rise United, dirty man party, and you're not going to get any better, Julian. So just pick up your marbles and dip them in some green ink, and spread out yourself over there. That's all
That
she
way
need for that.
she can better serve the people.
And she can better serve our division. In the division will be better off that way,
Last
because right now it's in uproar. You
mm-hmm.
know.
Last week Liz I said she
Mhm.
have to run, she fi stand up and fight.
Yes,
Liz, you still there?
yes,
Wait, what make
yeah,
you
man.
think she fi stay there and fight? You hear no what go and say sexual harassment?
Yeah, well, no, well, I figured that long time, but it would be stupid of her to go across the floor, because one of the things they would have done is that the entire division is in support of her, and she is the person in charge of the resources allocated to the Savamar division, which is the capital. So it would be stupid of her to go across, because what that would do is give the mayor the power to decide how our resources and where who spends it, etc. The thing for her to do is pay attention to stand her ground and fight as she is. The workers are being murdered, our workers, party workers are being murdered. And what she need to do is stand her ground, stay with the people and spend the resources. Don't run, because I don't know why, but I have this feeling that the whole thing is going to this set of gentlemen is somehow going to be, they're going to disappear, because there's a curse on the Rise United movement, right? We advised went to court for the by was taken to court by the IC, had to pay a fine. A member of parliament there is on the United States State Department as an international trader in a particular substance. Another one is there, who is considered, and it has been proven, is a pedophile. So she should stand her ground, because somehow these things have a way of working themselves out. And she certainly find herself as the mayor, and the People's National Party need her behind enemy lines, right? Because I am one of the persons still fighting to to reposition, regain control of Norman Washington Manley founded PMP, because right now the whole thing is up in the air. So I don't think she should leave. Earlier on, I want to clarify something. In 1980, the Republican Party financed Edward George Phillips Thiago during the campaign. Prime Minister Manley heard of the matter and spoke to it publicly, because you are in charge of government, and these things can be seen as international interference in your country. So if the government of the day has the information about that $12 million donation from the Venezuelan government, they should speak to the matter publicly. It is in the best interest of the public and the country. They should.
Now, two things. No matter which party Julian Chang is a member of, the resources is hers because she's still the sitting councillor. So that's the first thing. She's still, if she cross the floor to the Jamaica Labour Party, the resources is still hers to spend, and she would have backative in terms of the other councillors of the Jamaica Labour Party and the Jamaica Labour Party itself. She would have that backative leadership and everything. So that is beside the point. She would have the resources, and that's that. I am not saying that she shouldn't stay a fight. If she feel like she wants to stay a fight, she can stay a fight. I'm just saying that if she really, really want to serve her division, she should cross the floor and go serve her division, because with this kind of
Hostility.
animosity going on, she can't serve properly. Every day wake up is something new. How can she sit there and actually serve the people of Savalamar properly, the people who elected her, if every day she's embroiled into all kind of cascades between she and the mayor and her member of parliament? That is counterproductive and truly not where help her. In regards to the Republican Party financing Mr. Siaga in 1980, that is, even if it's true, and I'm not saying it is not, I doubt that it was, but even if it's true, the Republican Party as a party can give anybody money that them want. I mean, the Supreme Court of the United States make it so that something them call dark money, where people now have to disclose where them get money from to do certain things. And I mean, Democrats have spent all their time worried about that instead of them go look some dark money themselves. But the Republican Party do have that. And even if they did, it is not government. So even though Michael do it, Michael spoke about it. Yes, he did. Michael spoke about it because it was politically political experience. It was prudent at the time to talk about something like that. People would want to hear something like that. It was a fight it was a fight between imperialism and capitalism as against socialism and poor people. So it was a divide of not only dollars and cents, but ideology. It was a divide of Michael, they would demand in the United States, they would demand the US was for Siaga and Cuba and Russia and everybody was with Michael. So it was that. It would have been prudent for him to talk about the money that the Republican Party gave to the Jamaica Labour Party. Once again, it's not government. It only become a problem when it's a government. So if the government of the United States should give a party in Jamaica financing, that I think that would break some kind of memorandum of understanding. I'm not so sure, but I think in all of those memorandum of understanding that we have, some of it in the new financial laws that has taken effect for the last couple of years because of money laundering and all of that, I would think that would be a breach of one of those memorandum of understanding, and certainly breaking a law in the United States. Certainly breaking of law in the United States.
It was a black bow tie, a fair 5,000 US or 20,000 US per plate. The night was held in Florida. The senators, they were all in government. They were Republican senators,
It was
and
legal. It was legal. It was legal.
well,
It was
that's what
legal.
you're saying.
It was legal. No, it was legal. It still is. No,
All
no.
right, guys. Wanna look
It,
at stuff. Wanna look
it,
at
no,
stuff.
hold on there. It not only was legal, it still is. It still is legal to do that.
The late president, what's his name again? Peanut Man, we just dead at 100 years old, the longest living president. Carter
Carter.
apologized to Prime Minister. Carter apologized to Prime Minister Manley and told him that he did not know that those things were happening, although he was president up to November 1980. And the head of the Central Intelligence Agency was George H. Bush. So, it was not legal because it was an interference.
Princess, you
Julian
need to know,
Chang,
princess, you need to go check the law. It still
it's all
is.
right.
It still
Ju-
is legal. Just go
yeah,
check the
it's not.
law.
Yeah,
Just go
yeah.
check the
No,
law.
we're not.
It
We're not
is
disputing that.
legal.
Okay. Julian Chang. Julian Chang is it she must look at what happened to the two. There's only two JLP councillors, what two former PNP members, and she should stay where she is. We need somebody behind enemy lines because the mayor can be vindictive. There was an incident of a mayor, the mayor of
That's all like you're speaking. You're speaking for the PMP then.
Norman Manley, yeah, Norman Washington Manley found the
You're
PNP because
speaking
we
for
still
this
need
current,
to we
so you're
we
speaking for
still
this current group of people that know
no
that
no
you
no
must stay and fight back.
no I am not because they have declared themselves Rise United Movement. They did that. But
Okay. So which
interestingly,
PMP should I fight for now?
eh, Julian
Which
Chang
PMP?
is
Yeah, which PMP
Julian
should I
Chang
fight?
Julian, one of the reasons for Julian Chang being under this terrorism is that she supported Lisa Anna. That is one of the reasons. And Lisa is Norman Manley
But so
PNP.
did Vaz. So did Vaz.
But then convert
Well,
him. Then
well,
convert him. And he moved.
so I think she should stand her ground because if she look at the history of the situation, a mayor in Hanover, Shernet Art, I think her name was, also came under intense attacks from Ailes, Paul Burke, and his wife, Angela. And she had to resign because they did the same thing in Hanover, right? She was
But
an
then didn't she
excellent
did it?
mayor.
But wasn't she well, I don't remember the story she, but wasn't she accused of some mismanagement of funds or something?
That no, she was accused that there was a thousand jobs being awarded by the municipal council. She was the mayor. So she asked the parish manager, who is really in charge of the whole council thing. She asked the parish manager if she could get 9 names of the 1,000 names. And Ian Hills came out and accused her publicly of nepotism with Paul Burke and Angela Brown Burke. They accused her of nepotism. When the matter was aired and they sent the matter to the DPP, Paula Llewellyn, Paula Llewellyn looked at it and said, there's no case. This is no nepotism because what she did, one of the person, her son was going to UTech, and she asked that him get somebody pushing to help him to understand and to participate in national life. I'm earning one way to pay him fee. And when the Paula Llewellyn tweet out and Ian Ailes continued and then Paula called it back and go to court and she won her the case. And then Ian Ailes' case with the land where he took, because one of the things was Ian Ailes was taking the land of the parish council and she stopped it. And there was also we understood sexual advances made to her, and
What's your name
she
again, Liz?
rejected. Shernet, I think her name
Yeah,
was.
I think yeah,
She was
sure
a
it was our
she was
first
a
name.
very good mayor, but she was forced to resign because of what Ian Neil Paul Burke and his wife did to her.
Oh
So
God.
Julian should stand our ground because this whole rise, we need the continuation of persons staying behind enemy line because this Rise United movement is in a stage of they are becoming the house of cards. And we desperately need to get back the People's National Party because the People's National Party has been defunct since November 7, 2020.
Liz,
Mark
you really
Golin
feel
is
so the
in.
PMP can come back?
Yeah, man.
Can
Then yeah, man, the PP is 87 years old, founded on solid ground. Mark Golin is a rapist. Ian,
Liz,
several,
Liz, Liz, Liz.
well, all right, allegedly. No, the Mark Golin represent, he has no principle, no ideology, the same thing happening. It happened to the JLP too, when Mr. Siago was challenged by the 11, then it came to 15, and Mr. Siago beat them, and everybody has said the Labour Party couldn't come back. And it came back, them beat them runway until Bruce Golding find him way back singing Sankey Darrell Vaz, and all of them sing them song here and go back home. Now the People's National Party is a different kettle of fish because of the principles we stand on. Because right now on the global stage, the whole world is looking where is the PNP voice in the issues like the situation in the region, the situation on Gaza, the situation on because Canada acknowledged Palestine as a state, several countries have, and the PNP would have had an opinion on that matter, right? So the world needs a PNP back. So we need to continue this fight. We have been successful in stopping them from getting into Jamaica House. We can now be successful in eliminating them, pushing them out of the People's National Party.
I
Our
Who
am
is
most
not.
going to
I
do it?
want to make it. I don't know. Michelle, that's your mission too, Michelle?
Well, who is going to do that is what I want to know. And the
That's
situation
what
in
we
the Labour
want to do.
Party.
I want to do that.
well,
The
well,
situation in the Labour Party. Hold on,
Me
Liz.
want to make Michelle
Hold
talk
on,
now.
Liz. Hold on a little bit. The situation in the Labour Party was completely different. It was not a situation where them had a party that was existing within a party with the intention of trying to take over the Labour Party. It was a matter of Siaga not able to win the election, and some of the members wanted him to go, and he was asking for one more term in office, and he had the delegates keep voting for him every time he resigned, and so on. That's a different story. So that when Siaga decided to go, the party that was always all of them understand each and all of them to be Labourites, then came together. What is happening in the PNP is that there was a concerted effort by a group of people who are not socialists, they are not democratic socialists, trying to impose themselves on the Jamaican people, knowing that they can win because they haven't got the personality, right? I mean, to win a third party, I mean, it's something extraordinary. They know they can't do that. So they used their money and took over the Jamaica and took over the PNP. No, they were always in the minority and they're still in the minority. I think the membership of the party still remains Democratic Socialist. The problem is that they were able to convince the so-called PNP, right, to come join them. And they believe that it's okay to join them, that they somehow will maintain their own integrity. But what it seems to me that has happened is that they have lost all integrity. When you hear people like Natalie on the political platform trying to take advantage of the salary, talking about them give themselves a big 300% increase when she was part of that too, then that is not the PNP way. So and that is the way of risers. So she gone. So me not classify her
No,
as
sir.
any authentic socialist anymore. She gone. When I hear Donna Scott Muckley talking about, if I remember right, the 28 bank accounts, right? And other things that she's saying that is not true,
Sophia Fraser Beans, the whole of them.
she gone.
She come on the debate stage with it and come in and put her right in her place and if you stop from tell lie.
So
And me
them
I say,
gone.
look on
You,
good
you understand?
what she name there. Look what she come down to a tell lie and me say one
This
heap of
is not the PNP way, not even the Labour. I mean, in the past, Liz, you have to admit, whenever anybody, even if they go outside the parliament and say something that is not true and they get draw about it, them try to find a way to explain that they were taken out of context. They would have afraid to say something like, and these people are supposed to be authentic PNP out there, I said things that are not true, or them trying to give the people an impression that somehow, like what Natalie did, which was quite surprising to me, that them never take the salary. Them never take the salary, and them give themselves an increase. That is attempting to sell the people an honor. So she gone. So I don't know who it is in the PNP that is left with any integrity at all that is going to rescue the PNP. Them are all risers now. I would have to the lower
I,
level
so Paul will
I,
arise, huh?
comrades.
I
I would
I
have
am
to the
seeing
lower.
it from a I am seeing it from a different angle because when you're fighting for something and you're fighting to win, there are methods that you use. And as I said, the JLP ran into the same situation where, and it gave birth to the National Democratic Movement, where DK Duncan was a part of that. Now, what Julian Chang needs to do is to stay behind, pay keen attention to what is happening. Because, for example, I understand Rise United Movement is planning their conference for November. right?
Wait,
I
wait,
don't know
wait,
what.
wait, wait, wait. Me hear that rumor they are serious sitting.
I don't know if it's true, but I hear that rumor they are planning their conference for November, because this shows you also the instability in their organization. Then of course there is no cohesiveness at the moment between Dwayne Vaz is doing it. The Rise United movement secretary, general secretary, issued a statement and said he told him not to go ahead. He did it and himself don't care. I don't know. I hear nothing, and he went on it. So there is a serious discourse inside the Rise United movement. The head of one of the co-founders of Rise United movement doesn't seems to be in control. Bunting is silent, and there is seems to be a serious. So what we need, a serious divide and a chasm is occurring. So what we need Julian to do is stay there and make it fester, because once the three of them continue to attack, it draws more attention to the situation. And of course, that should bring forward the comrades in Westmoreland in a united front against them. And possibility we get the possibility exists that you can get them, but you should stay there and allow the chasm to get even wider, because there is total disarray within the Rise United movement. So I don't think she should cause support. It wouldn't benefit her anything. Stay where you are, because
We disagree greatly on that. I love Michelle's argument, but we disagree greatly. I want to make this very clear for the viewers and subscribers of JPU and Jamaica 411 and Royal Jamaican, Karen Cecilia. I want to make it absolutely clear. I am not of that opinion about the fact that the PMP, we have to keep working. I don't know who we is, because I'm not a part of that, to working to get back the PMP. So I want to make it absolutely clear that that part of we have to try to get back the PMP, that has passed for me. That part passed. Now, if the PMP people at work and get themselves back together and get back the PMP, hooray for them. But I am not in that. That is not what I am doing now in terms of working to get back and try to get back the PMP. No, I'm not doing that. So I want to
They
make
say
that
that time
absolutely
pass.
clear. That time has passed. That time has long past, because I am a realist. I am not exactly a realist. I'm a dreamer, and I have deep beliefs about things. But when it comes to politics, I'm very realistic, and I'm a realist. And this version of the PNP is going to sink I don't know what if them falling apart in there. I don't know who falling apart. I'm sure them falling apart in there. But it has already been proven that if men and women, if men like Fitz Jackson and Julian Robinson and Philip Paulwell were unable to stand up and defend Norman Manley's party and the principles and objectives on which it was founded, if they were unable to do that, and a whole host, Peter Phillips, Michael Phillips, and a whole host of mid-level leadership within the PMP at regional and constituency level, if they were unable to find the courage to stand up and defend it, and just have a few little people out here like us defending it, and they were in there and unable to do it. I do not share that view that Princess has about we making sure and we fighting for that. You know, Princess is one of us, but I'm not on that agenda at all. The only agenda that I, Karen Cecilia Cross, has is Jamaica. That's the only agenda. Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica.
And we
I
have to
have a
pray.
dream. I have a vision. Yes, Michelle?
Oh, go ahead when you finish.
I have to dream. I have dreamed. I have dreamt it. I have imagined it. I believe it with all my heart that Jamaica is on its way for great things. And I want to be a part of that. I have
Well,
no I have absolutely no time to waste my very precious basic school education and trying to do nothing of the sort, anything of the sort. I am not doing that at all. None of it. I
When I
don't
hear
give
what the man
two
from down Westmoreland did
I
say,
don't give two hoots of a damn what they do and who want to work to bring back. It's everybody's right to go do what they want to do and what they feel like doing. It's not my party. It's not my party anymore. I'm not a member of any political party right now. None. I'm not a member of the PMP. I'm not a member of the GLP. And the PMP, as it is now, certainly not my party. It was my mother's party, but it's not my party anymore. And I have absolutely no obligation to try and rustle up a bunch of dunce people at the constituency and divisional levels who actually believe that things are good and who actually believe that Ugly Paul Buchanan beat Mr. Oldness, who actually believe that the PNP won the local government election and then thief it, who actually believe that they won the general election and then thief it again. I have no time to waste with people of that level of ignorance
So why
and
don't they go take it too?
what?
If them going to be
That's it.
stolen.
You know, that
No,
makes them, that even make them stupid. If somebody can thief election from you two
I'm going to
times,
take it.
why the hell would I want to vote for anybody who just allow people to thief it from them two times? Who must
Yeah.
stop vote for them because them a make people thief it all the time.
Why not take it?
Somebody else want to make my position absolutely clear. I am not into saving nothing. I more just want everybody to know that that's where I'm at. That's Princess thing. That's not my thing, and I'm certain that's not Michelle thing either. So we
No,
don't
let
have
me say,
I
let
want
me
to
say,
make my
"Oh, now
position.
left me out. Oh, now left me out."
princess. Let me say one thing.
I
Let me
want
say
to
one
make my
thing.
position. But
no,
hold on,
no,
Michelle.
that's
Hold
Hold
not
on,
that's not
Michelle.
his position
on,
either.
hold on, princess.
What's
Hold
up?
No,
on.
Hold
princess,
on, Michelle.
not me, princess,
Princess,
shut
let
up,
me
make
go.
Michelle talk now.
Hold
Princess,
Stop,
let me
on,
go.
Michelle.
wait. Let me never
Princess,
get to
no.
finish. You just
No,
cut
Me
in
man,
no
you
whenever
were
you get to
pause.
finish.
talking
Me
and
no
you were
pause.
finished. You were
Me no
talking for one at
pause.
a time. Talk, Michelle. No, man, a war room, man. We're not quarreling. We're
No,
not
but I
vexing.
never finished my statement, you know.
No,
No,
I
man, you
never
finish
know,
it
but
finished
I
my
then.
finish. Let
statement.
Michelle talk. Talk, Michelle.
No,
No,
brother,
Speak,
because
listen.
Michelle.
me want to
No,
finish my
listen to me.
statement.
Go on,
Michelle,
princess.
speak.
I will talk after princess. It's all right. Let you talk. Go ahead, princess. We're not going to forget
The
something
thing,
about
the thing is, I'm a political animal, well trained by the people. And the father of the nation taught me one thing to be always. It was about Jamaica, and he's the father of the nation, Jamaica. And I will always stand up and fight for because right now, one for 4 years now, we don't have the PMP. The PMP does not exist. There's no alignment between the English born Londoner Mark Jefferson Golding and the People's National Party. He does not fit in. And I think it is my duty, as long as I'm alive, of breath energy, to continue the battle because Norman fought the British and get us as a nation from 1944. And it is my duty to continue that battle because, again, we are confronted by the British who wants to recolonize us, and I think I should play a role. And I think that the People's National Party will be revived and repositioned as long as we, the genuine understanding comrade, capable and ready, and continue to fight.
All
Well,
right,
let me
Michelle,
Please,
say
your
this.
please.
time. Your
You
time,
know,
Let
now,
me
say
Michelle.
let
one
me say
heap of
this.
forward. One heap of
Michelle,
forward. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hold on, it's Natalie. I think we need to face reality. And the reality is that who we have been calling authentic PNP, they have all now accepted Mark Golding as them leader. Before that, they didn't. And they were authentic because they were resisting. They have now gone into the corner underneath the tent and they have accepted his leadership, which is the reason why they put him back there again. And he will not leave that position until he is good and ready to leave. unless they
Yes.
lose the other election. That is the usual the courtesy that they afford their leaders, right? Unless they lose the election and say, look, you need to go on. So he want to go back for another 5 years, then good with him. So this is what tells you that they have accepted him. So they are no longer authentic PNP. They're now underneath the tent, doing
That's
them
your
tent.
opinion.
It's not a question of opinion. You hear them out there saying things that are not true. That is not the PNP way. That's the risers' way. And this is what tells you that they're gone.
So one man, I forget the name of the counselor from down Westmoreland where they come out and say, comrades, it done. The party mash up. You know, remember?
And the same Dan. No, no, sorry, stop.
the, man, the man when it say, he might turn independent and come back, and when he come back, they run. The man say, comrades,
You him.
it
It
What
done.
a gameplay.
It
What a
done.
gameplay.
When me hear him
But
say it done, me know it done with you. When name again?
I don't remember who is he, but I remember that.
I'm from Grangeville.
I,
At
I
Grangeville.
remember that.
And then go run
Yes,
independent.
yeah,
Yeah. When the
yeah.
man say, he get out Porsche, it done, comrades. Please, it done.
No man. No, the public that accepts them a rise united movement. That is a good sign. That is a good sign. PMP can't do. The public now
Liz,
accepting them as risers,
Liz,
not as PMP.
one of the most hurtful thing me have to tell you, Liz, it done, Liz, it done. Oh God,
Yeah.
what a wicked.
Well,
Yeah,
make a
man, it
wait and
done.
see now. Make a
Then,
wait and see.
that's why Lisa left. With Lisa she said, "Done too,
Uh,
God have
interesting
mercy.
times ahead. Interesting
Yeah.
times
But
ahead.
Liz, you said something over here last week that I want to clarify before we sign out. Last week you come over here and you say Big Stone is at stage 9 of prostate cancer.
That's what he said.
You send the video come give me, I hear him say stage 9 for true. But I think he was referring to the level of the intensity where it comes on
But
to
go
pain.
back and listen to the clip when he was talking to the journalist, I think it was, and he said, him naming stage and him saying, no, which stage I am at now. Go back and listen to it though. Don't let me tell you. Go back and listen. And he said, and she said, what she said? What stage? And him said 9. Go back and listen to it. Don't take
No,
my word for it. Go back and listen.
him did say 9, but
Yeah, man, him have said,
him
that's
never
what
that
he
talk about
said.
the stage in the cancer. Him never that talk. But I will go back and listen though, because some people some people that say stage 9, So
Yeah, but
anyway,
he also said something important because people never knew this. Well, I knew because my brother had the same kind of cancer. There is what do you call it now? The cancer that is active, proactive, and the cancer that is not active, malignant, and the other one. So at the
benign.
moment, yeah, right. At the moment, he's feeling pain and what have you, but he did say he's at stage 9, right?
All right.
I,
All
I
right.
I didn't even know, but you can go back and listen to it.
May I have the video? May I listen back?
So
So
And
stage
anyway,
he said,
unfortunately, also,
Liz, he said stage 9, but there is no such thing as stage 9 cancer. Maybe
you can.
there's no such thing as stage 9 cancer. It's up to 5. He said it, and he was describing his pain. That's probably what he was doing, or just don't know that his 5 is proper.
Michelle, you need to go back and listen to the thing
Yes,
again.
I said the man said it. Him saying
Michelle,
what
stop, no, man. Michelle, stop. Michelle, just stop now. You're not going to get nowhere with it. Just,
let me
just chill,
but
chill,
I'm
man.
saying to her that he actually said it, but there is no such thing as stage 9 cancer. It goes up to 5. But he
well,
said
maybe he
that he was
misspoke
at stage
then.
9.
Maybe he misspoke. Anyway, I thank you guys so much. This was a
Hold
very
on, hold
spirited.
on, man.
Oh,
Hello,
I'm
hold
sorry.
on. We at war, you know. War just done some post, so.
We have to wind down. Wind down.
This is a war room. It's a war room now. I want to say something regarding Westmoreland again, but Westmoreland. I spoke about the sabotage operation that was led by Ian Miles and Moreland against Mr. James. And I stand by my argument after looking at all the evidence that has been presented to me. that Ian Miles and Moreland, the former member of parliament, were running an operation totally designed to make Mr. James lose to Ian Ailes. Ian Miles and Moreland. What is Moreland's first name, Michelle?
He's Moreland. Moreland Wilson's his name, I understand.
Moreland Wilson. Moreland Wilson, thank you. So, and Moreland Wilson was running an operation against Mr. James. Now, Miles himself has been trying since the election to one up Mr. James because he wants to take control of the constituency as constituency chairman. So that him can have the resources at his disposal, that kind of thing that comes with being constituency chairman for the party and Imam Moreland. Them celebrating, Imam Moreland celebrating Mr. James is just like how Mr. Chin and Fim people them over South Manchester celebrate Bunting victory over Mr. Hive. They're going to regret that. I can't even tell you how they're going to regret that. But the same way. Now I understand from the resistance leaders down in Westmoreland that Ian Miles is itching to go back to the PNP. Reason being that the PNP or Ian is putting up somebody to run against him. And because of what the GLP people and the PNP people who supported Mr. James suspect him of doing, they may not. Well, there's certainty or non-certainty, but let me say may. They may not be supporting him for councillor candidate the next time around. And so him want to go back to the PNP. I don't know if he's seeking it yet. Let me not say seek, but he wants to. And I understand that he has expressed that to some people, that he wants to go back because he don't think he can win it back for the JLP, because he's going to lose some support because people are well aware that he was leading the sabotage operation, him and Mr. Wilson, against Mr. James. So that's a little bit of scoop I want to drop in the war room.
So I guess the gentlemen them need to come defend themselves.
Against who? Against me?
No man, any no, these are some damning allegations. So I'm saying,
Yes.
whether it's Moreland or whether it's Miles or whosoever, them need to come out and come talk what they do or what they don't do. And also, what does this mean? This is why I know. This is one of the reasons I asked in the beginning about the upcoming local government election. Because if them the bangarang they are going, what it mean? Because the JLP has to win the local election and win it good.
Mm,
They do.
yeah.
So,
Mm,
anyway.
so go.
Any more closing arguments, Liz, Michelle? You don't have anything else to say before my close?
No. That's it for tonight.
He come like me throw some cold water upon the line.
The trumpet has sounded. My countrymen all awake from the slumber. Answer the call. The People's
Yeah.
National Party needs to be revived. Run with the rise of them. I will mean to fight the risers and to set Jamaica free. Cause Kamala Forbes get caught in the US and she a go down with me. Good night.
All right. Hey, we at there. We at there. You go up. Now can't run. I can't close the program yet. What are we all? The PNP them come out contact Kamala business. Them I like her too much. Because me hear one woman come out today and say, are the comrades them leak the information because Kamala did a thief in a July. And I just know in a October, people are here say this and that. So you mean to tell me that the PNP them really shub her out? And what did she do to get shub out?
Well, apparently, when the incident took place in July 20, not a soul knew about it. When she never turned up to court, had she gone to court, not a soul would have known anything. Mind you, she probably get deported, and I don't even know if her getting deported anybody would know about it. She never turned up to court. So when they held her now, them on a bond
You sound low. You sound
2,500
low.
and
Michelle, you're low.
2,500 2,500 bond, right? And what Arlene Perrier was explaining was that in that case you need only 10%. So she evidently could not find the $250, and she was calling around and asking, and one of the comrades them she asked, must he call her and prep her and tell her if you don't want to come la. And that's how she get the information. But
She
what's more
must do. She do
extraordinary,
something. She
she
do
must
something for the
she
sugar
must
roach.
be who sugar.
No, when Nikisha Burchell got the seat, got the candidacy of in South St. James, um, Kamala thought that they should have made her the communications director for the campaign or for the party or something of that sort, and and they felt Bunting and them felt that she was toxic and wouldn't be able to carry the message that they want her to carry. Plus, them tell her that we're gonna beat her down. She can't manage it. So, as a result of not getting that position, she things that soured between she and them. I know she was still hanging on and doing one and two things, but that was the initial thing that soured relationship between them.
That wicked do for them though.
Yeah, them are
But
wicked.
I mean, okay, it's highly. I mean, I would expect her if she want 250 and want keep it quiet. The first thing she would do, maybe is call her family members and then call them Bunting, um, Dayton, for the $250, right? Did they refuse to help? I mean, they may not want to have them name attached to any such thing, but surely they must can give somebody the money as I send go get Kamala. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. And then she go ask various persons now, right? And she go ask the wrong one or two, and then came back and talk. And that's how
Mm.
it the whole way here. But then
Man,
again, that's her destiny.
that is her destiny. That's true.
Exactly. Exactly.
Destiny. Jaja.
Mercy. And
Oh,
never
God.
forget.
She too easy.
You know why? You know why? A little bit of
She
blood,
did
me
too
can't
much to
start
people.
fear.
What
And
you
never
say, Michelle?
She did too
Well,
much to people for her to
yes,
escape
yes, she did
the
too much.
university
She did too much.
attention.
She did too much.
the
What you say
time when
that?
she go sit down, the time when she go sit down on the woman live, and the woman I call up Karen name, and I say, Karen Cross and those people. She or she, they're just a handful of people. They're just noisemakers. It's about the area. It's a
Six.
sideshow.
Everybody are
It's a
Six
nice.
aside,
sideshow.
Everybody are
so
nice with
six
everybody else
people.
not nice.
And just six people.
And look
This
at how many
morning.
people know about you in the
Yeah,
situation.
well, this morning, no other time but this morning, while I was sitting under the gazebo, waiting for history to come with send him go buy what you call it, transmission oil for the vehicle. And I just put it on my shoes and just sat there. A car drove up at my gate and a fellow came out. Them just come from foreign and he brought something for my niece. And him asking and calling for Francine. When him call Francine and me shout Francine and Francine come, a gentleman came out of a car. A gentleman said, "This is Miss Karen Cross' house." And the fellow said, "Be a man, and she that said, the gentleman said, Jesus. The man, and he was drinking a juicy black, drinking a juicy black peanut porridge. So you know, so him just come from Friday and go over Margaret and release him back. The man was in awe. I mean, it's like the man was just coming and him say, "Boy, I listen to you ladies day and night, 3, 4 times. Sometimes I listen over the something 3 times and 4 times. I love you ladies, una bring it." I want to look, somebody can send this to look at the blood, I could tell her how this thing go.
Nobody no know look a bit of well, them only know if me kill Melissa, help kill Melissa. Uh,
Now I'm just saying that, telling you that to say, as Amoy has constantly said on our Facebook page, I still just 6 away. I still just 6 away. Look a bit away.
Yeah,
The nice makers, sideshow, I still with that.
yeah,
When I
yeah.
am not
Practical.
denying any of that. I am not,
Not
I'm
at
not disowning any of those names. Are you, Michelle? Are you, Natalie?
No, sir.
awesome.
No, sir. Still with.
Make
Mm-hmm.
sure Princess not denying no such thing.
No,
No
sir.
man, no man. I
After
one of the
all me year,
biggest.
after
I
all
one
me
of the
year,
biggest.
princess go up on cross skill program, but
Yes,
it's
that's
I
what
one
practice.
of the
people got
biggest.
Yeah.
on.
I one of the biggest. I one of the biggest hit that. Let the sideshow begin. Hurry, hurry. Yeah, yeah, man.
I still
Yeah.
6 away. I still 6 away. I still 6 away. 4 away on. There's Vidette Amaya Wilson, and there's about 200 more, which makes six of us.
Lord have
Them
mercy.
guys are start adding up. That's why I didn't think they was going to win the election. Them maths is
Oh yeah.
faulty.
Yeah. Them yeah, yeah. Bunting it call us. When we call us?
Oh,
Toxic
Bunting, it
man.
call us
Toxic
again.
bloggers.
him say what
Toxic
toxic.
bloggers. And
Mm-hmm.
call it Sambalan or some word
Mm.
music call us.
Some
Something in
biblical
the Bible.
term.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I
look,
think
you
give
better
us
Somebody
have a
everything
bunty. Look at so
distraction.
in go on graduation, but look on him face. Everybody else is smiling back. Watch him.
I want to I want to make him mix.
Oh, see
So
true
what
man.
because
Him not prime minister.
They must
him
never
not,
tell him
you
to
mean him not
smile.
deputy prime, you mean him not deputy prime minister and minister of finance.
It me say the man wicked. Look how the man got the people in graduation and behave. Everybody in
Yeah,
the
but
picture smile. I want him to
and
him.
what's with him with them suit here, with them dressing here? I don't get it. I don't
Mm.
get it. Is that
Mm.
a
And
new
him,
old man trying to be young boy thing?
Lord, the man in way out.
Him not think
Yeah,
so, you
man.
know.
Him now the 5 years, 4 or 5 years, man. He might go
Look
leave
at me,
midterm.
okay.
Time.
You might tell people
He
I'm
might,
down about 5 to 10 years. So I'm going to there until my 75.
No, me
eh?
agree with
Just
Liz.
say that.
Him not stay too long. Me
Him
disapprove of
nasty,
work
and
too long.
him not get prime ministership. You must mad him nasty.
Eh.
Soon gone.
Like cricketers, in soon retired hurt.
You think, let me tell you something. Bunting not a fool, you know. He might fool sometime, but he not fool all the time.
No, but
Bunting
he's a
don't do the
full
maths
idiot, man.
already. Him don't do the maths already and she say, Mark Goalie now gone away. He done for PNP. Him so gone for true.
Him nasty, man. And
And
if
I
he
don't,
stays, we are going to beat him in Central in South Manchester next in 20. We are going to give him a fine ass if he stays. Stay Bunting, stay Buns, don't go. Stay.
there is somebody on TikTok, where the big eyes and the big mouth, and you hear the laughing, and when they come in, him say something about them, and then he just take a hammer and beat them on the head. So we're gonna beat Bunting for the next 5 years.
I
Oh,
would love him to
Bunting.
stay. I would love him to stay.
Well, about
Bunting,
the
yes, a
response.
Bunting say, there's no way the party are win if them woman they keep on attack. So
He might not,
him
eh?
not there for
Bunting.
long.
Poor
Cause we
Bunting.
not stop talk. Lisa, when you go back on Simon show, can him say you're a traitor?
Me talk to him Friday, Thursday.
Allah, where was
Yeah,
it?
man. Him not say nothing. Him quiet. Him make me talk. I'm tell him more go on again. And he say, all right, all right. Yeah, man. Him talk. I'm a friend. A hardcore comrade. Hardcore. Him vexed too. Him not like what happened.
Oh God, they
But
know
him
him
dey
a call
pan
him
rate.
traitor. And him know
Yeah,
say him not right.
him dey pan radio. So you know, that's important.
And him
But
call
I don't
himself
Um,
a
know.
radio.
I don't
you
know
know,
them can
yeah,
pick
yes.
donkey to run in a horse race. A donkey them
There's
pick
an
run in a horse
interesting
race.
situation though. The body in charge of declaration from candidates or what they spent has issued a statement sometime last week. Them thing that people not pay attention to, that they have not gotten quite a few of the candidates declaration or something to that effect. So I wait for year car
Oh,
Bunting
the
spent
election money attack?
Yeah, man, Bunting spent $700 million
But
only
then
win by
Liz,
five. Hmm?
if the people them not release the information, oh you know say Bunting spend 700 million.
No, man, I hear them think that from before. Think about them. Them say taxi man get every taxi man get 30,000 for the day for carry people who are polling and win by 100. I'm buying that try buying way to prime ministership. Long time I tell you that.
Oh
And if
God.
him fail again, so him now go stake a whole heap of money that again him lose, $700 million him spend and win by 523.
Wait until
540.
wait until the people in
540.
Right.
Manchester
Yeah,
come
540.
to
man.
campaign to help.
But
Yeah.
Wait
when
until
we
they
look
start
on
to
them in a
campaign.
parliament, when we look on them in
Hmm?
a parliament and see how him and Dayton huddled up in the front seat of parliament, them look like they're ready for top mark goal in their back, When you see
Something else though.
the two of them huddle up,
Data,
all them don't make no contribution. All them do is sit down and laugh. And when
data
one
can
man
help
and
him.
insult them,
They can just glad him in the parliament, man. I'm glad him in the parliament, you see, man. He was the only one who seemed to be enjoying being in parliament. Everybody else looked solemn except him. He just a grin and a laugh, so I don't know
yeah,
what
like
it
he's
is.
frightened.
Yeah, man, he very, very frightened, man. He never knew him to get there. He never knows say, why the people, man. Like him, I said to himself, say, why the people them down at West, down at Eastern Westmoreland, fools, sir. And them send me back here. I buy it. Me just say, I'm changing phone number. Because I buy him vote.
Wow. For sure.
I don't know,
You
maybe a
know,
propaganda spread for him. But
PJ help him too.
he
PJ
has made
issue
it very
statement,
clear.
Steve.
He has made it very clear that by field vote and no one nobody nothing. And
I
he's
that them
right.
forget. I that them
He
forget.
is right. He don't own nothing no I used to was because of PMP on for the votes.
Ah,
Well,
what?
guess what? Guess what? Them are gonna say to him, so well, we have another 5 years. And you can't come there with more because we have pay away and you're not giving nothing, even though you're pay away. So guess what? We're gonna make somebody else pay away and then you can go on.
Our pedophile case come up and him have to leave before 5 years.
Guys, thank you so much for your spirited debate and the people them in the chat there having a good old time, Lord Jesus. The war room out for take off at one place if we not get so
All right.
again.
It not make sense. It not make sense. Them now about that. Them realize it not make sense.
Oh, they know about that.
Mm-mm. It
All
not make
right.
sense.
And can
All
somebody
right.
please tell Damian Crawford this? The people in the
Mm.
Senegal Parliament. All they come out and talk about maths class. The people that want more than maths class, want to road and water. Come on now, man.
And plywood and
Yeah,
cement
yeah.
and
Just show
tire.
some maths class. Show
Top
some
up the
maths
shop.
class.
And top up the shop.
Come on now, man. Tired of it, man. Maths class for children and adult. Maths class, maths class. Come make bring some road and some water and then something there. Cause bad too bad. Where the
Pine-
man
Pineapple
you
and
grind.
goat. Pineapple and goat and chicken.
Me
Mm.
never, me never hear him say that still, but the man who was there before him, you Graham, he get the people them on piece of road.
Which
Me
Anyway,
part?
never want to talk about Crawford in a car. That is another thing the PMP have to go look pan. Never again. Sweat do the party. You
it
must
done. Please,
challenge.
it done.
Eh? You must be
Done,
allowed
it
to
done.
challenge a sitting member of parliament. You must not. That's something they developed in the party and it caused heartache from 2016. It killed enough comrade. You must not be allowed to challenge a sitting member of parliament, especially in the this all parliament is a wait for film judgment.
All
Imagine
right.
why
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Thank you for joining. Guys in the
Uh,
chat, thank you so much for joining, and we will see you
Thank
again next
everybody.
weekend. Right now, at the war room trending pan the media, yeah, so when you
Yeah,
come back,
good night, everybody. Good
yeah.
night. Good night. Good night.
All right. Take care, guys.